I feel like this camera was made specifically for Emily from Micro Four Nerds and myself, if I'm being honest, because I've been using the OM3 that I got thanks to Connor, and I've loved this camera, but it's missing so many things that I love about my Lumix system. And that's where this L10 really comes into play. This is essentially a GH7, like a wolf in sheep's clothing type camera. We've got the 20 megapixel BSI CMOS sensor from the GH7. You get that open gate recording mode, the phase detect from the GH7 G9 II, and the amazing ability to shoot in the LUT profiles, the Vlog profiles, the 10-bit. And honestly, I love the MP4 Lite codec on all the Lumix cameras. That's what I shoot on for all my footage, because you get open gate with a nice compressed small file format. You get all that here, plus that wonderful rangefinder aesthetic. Unlike the OM3, which my nose is banging on against this screen back here, my nose is nice and free. I got a free nose on the side. So I'm really happy that my nose is free and we finally got a sexy Lumix camera. Hey, by the way, I just want to say thank you to Connor McCaskill. If you're not already subscribed to Connor's channel, do it, linked down below. If it wasn't for Connor, I wouldn't have any hands-on with the L10. Panasonic sent it to him, so make sure to watch his video on his channel. I have a feeling that this thing is built on the D-Lux from Leica. If I search that camera here, this is a $1,900 Leica camera, and you can see some similarities, and I believe it's a similar lens as well. The only difference is this camera, which came out, I believe, last year, is using quite an old sensor. It's the sensor that's been in this camera for a while, 17 megapixel version. It's also more expensive and it's out of stock. It doesn't have a flip screen, but it's got that kind of Leica aesthetic. On the note of this titanium, because you might be wondering, should I buy the titanium, that special one? I don't like it. Sorry. I'm not being paid by anybody to give my opinions, and my opinion is I would maybe go silver or black, to be honest. I like that they're trying something new, but it does kind of have a bit of a rose gold aesthetic, which is really cool, but it's not for me. So take it from me, not a fan of the titanium aesthetic, but I love the thought process of it. And one of my favorite reviews, by the way, is from Emily from Micro Four Nerds, talking about the L10. If you haven't watched it yet, I highly recommend it. She has been wanting a camera just like this for a long time. So definitely check her video out. She goes into detail and she really understands and knows why this camera is so important and so special. This is really exciting stuff, to be honest, for the Micro Four Thirds community, because in my opinion, this kind of tells me that, you know, Panasonic's not done yet. I'm not dead yet with Micro Four Thirds. So I've got the Leica Summicron 1.7 15 millimeter lens on my OM3 here. I love this optic. It's a roughly a 28 millimeter equivalent. So this is kind of like a poor man's Leica Q3. And I love this lens. And what I found with the L10 when Connor showed it to me is that, look at that. These are basically the same, like, housing and lens, like even the way that the knurling of the aperture ring is and the focus ring is on the 15, it's as if they took the body of this 15 millimeter and built this great, very, very useful 1.7 to 2.8 zoom lens on here. One of the things that I don't like about the OM3 is, even though the video quality is pretty good, you do have 10-bit 4K 60 up to 60 on this. There's a lot of limitations with the video. For one, you don't get the open gate that I'm so used to on even the old GH5 had a version of open gate on it. We also have pretty good autofocus in the OM3 for both video and photo, but the GH7 is using the same kind of algorithms that we have and we love on the S5 systems and the S1. They really fixed their autofocus with phase detect and with all their algorithms and stuff. So a truly reliable autofocus system on a small point and shoot. But the fact that they have a little flip screen on the camera makes it useful for video shooters. It's also got a mic jack, which a camera like this sometimes doesn't come with a mic jack. And 1.7, even though this is Micro Four Thirds, is plenty of like bokeh, shallow depth of field or whatever. When I was messing around with this, when Connor let me play with it, I was surprised how much kind of bokeh you get, even though it's Micro Four Thirds. So I'm happy with it. I have a 1.7 lens on this camera and I use it all the time. Also, this is giving me the things that I wanted in an S9. Though it's Micro Four Thirds and fixed lens, we do have, again, the EVF and the ability to use a flash. The S9 did not have a hot shoe, it had a cold shoe, so I wasn't able to use a flash. And as a mostly dad photographer operating in subpar lighting conditions, having the ability to put an external flash on this is fantastic. And of course, the leaf shutter makes that even more useful. Also, one of my first big takeaways when I started messing with this that I love is this quick photo video switch. Again, I know this is marketed as a photo camera first, but I don't know, this is going to be a great hybrid for a lot of video shooters out there, especially, again, somebody like me who's mostly documenting my kids running around, having a reliable phase detect autofocus with a 24-70 equivalent, which actually this is a bit wider than 24 millimeters. It seems roughly like a 21 millimeter from our findings with especially the open gate shooting. This thing is kind of amazing. Hey, it's happy to see me.
It is.
The only thing I really wish that it could have, which I know can't be in this from a physical limitation standpoint, is the IBIS. Lumix has great image stabilization, but they're doing some magic here with the electronic stabilization. So I wouldn't be too concerned with that if that's a reason to not buy it. Based on our findings, it seems to be pretty good at keeping the image quite stable, even using just electronic mode. The reason that I would still choose something like this over the L10 is, number one, the weather sealing is going to be significantly better on a camera like this. Olympus is kind of known for having insane weather sealing. Like you could go into a storm with this thing, into a battle, and it'd be totally fine. The other thing, of course, is can change the lenses. There's so many things about this that just come from Lumix having just a lot of experience in making cameras. Like, for example, this little flap here where the battery door is, you get the ability to use a dummy battery, and there's this little hole here so that you can keep the door shut, and then the cable can stick out on a tripod. Just a little thing like that that only comes from making cameras for many years and for having video shooters complain about features that aren't there. The SD card slot is on the bottom, which is interesting. Obviously, we would all prefer to have it on the side because that means when this is on a tripod, you're gonna have to take it off of a plate in order to get to the SD card. Another attention to detail feature that Lumix has done here is they've put the microphone jack in the right spot, which basically means when a microphone is plugged into the camera, you can flip the screen around and have full access and full flexibility with that flip screen for selfie mode, for shooting at the hip type of thing, and the mic jack is not going to get in the way. My Olympus camera, though it's similar in size, the mic jack is in the wrong spot. It gets in the way of the flip screen, and that really annoys me to no end. Even without the IBIS, I do believe now that this camera, the L10, surpasses and eclipses this camera finally, the RX100 Mark VII from Sony. Now, you do have the Sony autofocus system, you got this flip up screen, you got the EVF, you got a flash 24 to, I think, 200 equivalent zoom on it. It does not have the video features that this camera has, does not have the built-in LUT features that this camera has. I believe now, to be honest, I'm going to post this on eBay and use the money that I sell this for, which these are still surprisingly going for like $1,200 on eBay. I'm going to use that money and go towards the L10. An equivalent lens on even Micro Four Thirds and from Panasonic is this 12-35 f2.8. This does have IS and it's a constant zoom and it's a good optic, but I mean, look at that size difference. This is the same equivalent zoom length as this, and it's 1.7 on the wide end. This is 2.8 the whole time. So I don't know what type of magic and mojo they're doing here, but this is amazing that you're getting such a small lens comparatively to really the same exact kind of lens, really. And it's quite a bit heavier, quite a bit bigger. In fact, I would even say this lens is close to the weight of the whole camera in of itself. So the things that I don't like about the OM3, which are really just the video quality, are met with the L10, even though the L10 is technically not a video camera. You know, the ZV-1 famously is kind of like one of Sony's most popular little vlog cameras. That doesn't have IBIS in it. It's got a 1-inch sensor, less video specs. It's, you know, significantly cheaper on sale right now, but they're still technically selling for $900. The Canon, was it the V1, is selling for $850. So, you know, the $1,500 price point is certainly more money, and it's harder pill to swallow to buy this over those options, but in my opinion, the features in this thing with the 10-bit, with the log recording, with the incredible phase detect autofocus system from Lumix now, even though it doesn't have IBIS, I'm sure their electronic stabilization is great. And a Micro Four Thirds sensor is significantly, well, not significantly, but it is larger than 1-inch sensor. So you're getting a really great lens, a Leica lens on this thing, an EVF. This thing, even though I know it's not supposed to be a video camera, it is giving us insanely good video features. One last thing before I go, I'm looking at these side by side. This is real leather and real metal. This is metal, right? Magnesium?
Mm-hmm.
But this is a plastic fake leather. This is a plastic leather. This is a real leather on the back. It just does feel, and the knurling of these versus this here, this feels a little plasticky. This feels metal, professional. So even though these are very similar, and this is more expensive, and in some ways this is better for a lot of people, I definitely think the build quality, the weather sealing, and all that justifies the cost of this guy. But it's hard to choose one or the other. I don't know. I think as a video shooter, I think this one makes more sense. But you get the IBIS, and it's really frustrating. Dang it, Connor.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. By the way, I must say thank you, Connor McCaskill, my good friend.